Today am July 17th, and this morning I was supposed to be going to my monthly meeting. It will be the first meeting since the whole COVID debacle, and typically around this time I will be leaving the house. However, this morning I'm not leaving the house, as you can see. So this video is a compilation of events that took place starting on the night of the 7th, I believe. Let me look on the calendar here. Oh my god. Calendar, where are you? Where's the calendar? Oh, what month are we in? July? Oh, the car started showing signs on the 7th and the night of the 7th. So I don't remember if I have any footage of that, but what happened is, oh look, I'll show you the other one. It's that time of the month. This is how we roll. Gonna put on my clothes now. And my full suit of black. So crisis averted, at least for now. I needed my brake lights came on. Last night my ABS lights came on. Good madman. Last night my ABS lights came on, and this morning when I started they weren't there. Anyhow, probably after 45 minutes of work, 45 minutes to an hour working on the car, both the ABS and the brake lights came on. So I called the mechanic, and he said he had nobody at the time, so I just went over to see him. So, well, initially when the lights came on, because I have an OBD scanner always attached to the car, so I checked it and there were no codes on it, at least not for the braking system. So when I went, he did, you know, him do a physical just look on the disc pads, just not to take off anything, just look on them, just eyeball them then, and then he ran his own diagnostic using his own tool, which I guess does a more comprehensive thing than mine. Mine just, because in his he selected the make and model of the vehicle and blah blah blah. Mine just whatever. So he ran it, and then we went for a drive so he could see the values on all of the sensors, each brake sensor I believe, to see which one of them wasn't reading correctly, to see if something was bad with any one of them, but they were all reading correctly. And then he came back and he took off one of the wheels and did some other checks, and then I said, alright, we're gonna try and see if we can find these disc pads. So he called some place and told them what he wanted, and they said they had it, and he went with the one that he took off, and actually I never hit them up. So he tried 2 other places and he couldn't get it, so he came back and he had to bleed the brakes. That's why I'm saying I'm doing bleed the brakes, and fit me back up. And I found them though. I found them at this place in Kingston that typically has my parts. If I can't find them anywhere else, they always have them, but we were hoping we could find them today down here. So anyhow, we found they have it, and it's not as expensive as he was estimating they would be. So I'm gonna order them from them, and they'll send them down via courier. And yep, so today is Wednesday, so by Friday I should have them. Friday the latest I should have them, and should be able to put them on the car. But for now, he says I'm safe enough. The lights are off. He topped up the brake fluid, so him said me can go and work for the next 2 days. So I'm gonna do that. So that was my drama for today. That's the topic of the day today. My brakes went out. I spent probably 2 hours there because, as I said, he left to go and find the parts, and he went to 3 different places, so it took a little time. That part of it took up most of the time, so I was just there sitting down waiting on him to be back. And yeah, but it is what it is. I have days like these, and just have to make up for it tomorrow and try to get more visits in tomorrow, and probably the next day. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work as well as I'd hope, but we're gonna try to get the visits in for the rest of the week. For today that I missed today, we're gonna try and get them in tomorrow, Thursday and Friday. And I did say that Friday we're going to be changing. Well, it's not going to take very long to put on the disc pads, right? Not gonna take long. So I'll try to get a good amount done tomorrow, and then I know probably just go get them on early Friday morning and work a full day. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do. Yep, so that's the road story with me today. It is what it is. It comes with the territory. Car problems come with the territory every now and again, and I just have to deal with them as they arise. So it is what it is. And it's been a while since I've had to do anything for the car, in all honesty, so I'm not complaining. And this, whatever I have to change, as I said, it's not expensive, so I'm not even gonna whine about it or anything. Yep, so that's that. So as I'm here saying how the lights gone, here we go, the ABS lights are back on. So yes, I just have to proceed with caution. The ABS light came on first, and I stopped somewhere for a little bit, got back in the car, started, drove out, and shortly after I drove out, the brake lights also came back on. The brake feels fine, and I mean, I have to get home. And I mean, he did say that I do need to change the disc pads, but I would be okay based on when I'm gonna get them, when I told him that I would be able to get them, and the amount of driving that I estimated I would be doing. He did say that I would be safe, so just taking my time and making sure I'm not going too close to anybody. And what else can I do? Can't really do nothing else. Yep, so the drama for the day is not over then. But so it is Thursday. So I had my brake lights come on Wednesday, which you just saw. So now it's Thursday and they're not on at the moment. Let's see how long before. I'm a bad road. Let's see how long before they come on. Hopefully they don't, but they're not on right now. I feel better when they're not on, to be honest with you. even though he did check them and did say I was okay, I just feel better when the lights are not on, in all honesty. So I feel good about that.
500 meters, turn right onto Torrington to Galloway Road. Take the next right onto Torrington to Galloway Road. Continue on Torrington to Galloway Road for 7 kilometers.
I started having car trouble on Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday I went to the mechanic and all of that, as you saw previously. So today is Friday. Today I go inside Megamart, go into the pharmacy, come back out, start my car, foot on the brake, I realize I'm hearing a sound. So there were some people beside the car next to mine, and so I was kind of like what are they doing? What's making that sound? So I was kind of like tipping to see what they were doing, and I realized that when I took my foot off the brake, the sound stopped. So I did that a couple times, put my foot on and off the brake to see if that really was what was making the sound. So it really was a brake. So anyhow, I had a couple things to do after that. However, I said, I don't feel good about this. There's a bike passing. I don't know if you can hear it. So I was saying I don't feel good about this. So I had other things to do, one of which was to get a few items at the supermarket. I had planned to go to Progressive because it would have been on my way out of the town. So after hearing this sound, so it was like a vibrating sound every time I put my foot on the brake. So I was like, I think I'm gonna forego everything else. And so I just went back inside Megamart and just picked up a few things. Now when I came back to the car, went inside, before I started the car, I realized that I'm hearing a humming, vibrating kind of sound. Not as intense as the one that I was hearing when I was putting my foot on the brake, but the same sort of kind of sound. So I changed positions. My dad just drove into the yard and I'm out there he's talking. So I don't remember where I was. Yeah, so the vibrating. So I got out of the car, was trying to listen to see where the sound was coming from, because I wasn't sure if it was like the whole parking lot that was vibrating or if it was the sound of a vehicle next to me. So I kind of walked around to see if the other vehicles were on, and I wasn't sure where the sound was coming, but it kind of sounded like it was coming from my car. Went back inside the car, realized that when I'm inside the car, the sound is actually louder. So I'm like, okay, this sound is actually coming from my car. So what kind of car do I drive? I drive a 2009 Elantra, Hyundai Elantra. So of course, don't Google anything, because Google just stressed you out. It stressed me out, but it gave me good information as well. So Googled it, and I found about a recall on Hyundai Elantras 2006 to 2011 because of their ABS modules causing fires. Now they indicated that these are compartmentalized fires, but fire under the hood, it's just fire under the hood. And it was alarming to me because the key was not in the ignition. That was the most alarming part, and I was hearing this mechanical humming, vibrating sound. So anyhow, the article said that the recall was for specifically the ABS module, and was something about
them short circuiting and causing fires. So in these models, the ABS module is energized even when the car is off. So hence the problem. Going further down into the article, the Hyundai spokesperson noted that the fires were few, and as I said before, they were compartmentalized fires, kids, and also that you would get warning signs. So it's not like you're just going to be driving and all of a sudden there'd be fire under your hood. So the warning signs would be, of course, the check light would come on, and then you'd hear the noise in the brakes or the noise from the module. So that's what I was hearing, because remember, I know driving from morning, yes, the lights came on, but remember the mechanic had said to me that the disc pads are low, and so the light is gonna be there to indicate that I need to change them. However, we tried to find them, we couldn't source them. We found them in Kingston. We were supposed to send them down. That is another story, because I paid for these from Wednesday, and typically, so I did an online payment because the bank is, I think the bank was closed at this point in any case, but it's COVID time. Lines are crazy, the bank lines especially. I am not interested in going to stand up in no bank. So I did an online transfer from Scotiabank to NCB. So apparently it don't reflect the same day, because I made a payment on Wednesday before the end of the business day, hoping that the item would be shipped off at least by Thursday. This morning when I checked with them, the item wasn't shipped off. The young lady said she's gonna check for the payment and then ship the item. I sent her a screenshot of the payment with the reference number, so it would be easier for her to track it or find it or whatever. Probably half an hour after that, she sent me a message saying that they're going to send out the items this morning. I am still waiting to get my Erie bill or courier tracking number, which I need to find out about that now. Because see, I was hoping that I would get the parts by today and have them put on today. Anyhow, so as I said, that's another story. Back to the ABS module and this craziness. Anyhow, of course, had a meltdown ball and all that, and the world is coming to an end because the car can't drive and I need a car for work, and just went into that spiral and woe is me, that sort of thing. I so dried my tears and put on my big girl panties and made a big girl call. So mechanic said you can remove the ABS module, can disconnect the ABS module, and then you should be fine. You don't have to worry about a fire, because remember, I am out because what I was thinking that I was gonna is Corona time. I don't want to take no public transportation to go home, because my next option would be to leave the car where it was and to take public transportation and go home. I'm sure there's people I could have called, but in the moments I wasn't thinking about all of that. So I was just thinking about not wanting to leave my car because I work out of my car. There's always stuff in my car, and because I've gone to the supermarket, there was no way I have like a box and a basket, like a laundry basket in the back of my car with work products. Not like mostly paper, but still. Next, me going off on a tangent again. The point is, the mechanic said that the ABS module could be disconnected. The ABS light would still be there because of course the module is disconnected. No, I wouldn't have the benefit of an anti-braking system, so I'm gonna just take my time, drive, be safe, and I'd be fine, because there was a time when there were cars that didn't have ABS modules and systems and mechanisms, right? So crisis averted, the car not done, I don't have to go buy one new car. Because I was like, like everything was just going through my mind. Like, I don't have to buy one new car. I don't want a car payment because this car is right out mine. I don't have a payment. I do not want a car payment. No want to see no money coming out of my account to go. Like, that's a huge chunk of money. I'm barely hanging on by a third. No much just to go pay car payments. No, I shouldn't say that. I'm blessed. Anyhow, I just don't want a car payment, right? So I'm like, oh my god, I need a car for work. My work is very dependent on a car, especially now it's COVID time. Can't take no public transportation, so all that went through my mind. Home, sat down and waited, got it disconnected, and then I was able to drive home safely. And here I am at home, showered and nice and clean, and my pimple saying hi. So that was my drama for this week. I'm gonna go ahead and call that car auto parts place before they close. Hopefully, I don't know what time it is. Oh, hold on. It's 4:59. Let's hope they close at 6. So I'm gonna call them and hope that they did send the part and they just forgot to let me know what the airway bill was, and then hopefully I can pick it up tomorrow. I am more worried about having brakes than worried about my anti-braking system not working. I can drive safe. I can drive 60 for now and make sure that I stay my 2 car lengths away from people. So if I need to brake, and I mean, the brakes are fine, they don't feel any different, they don't feel any softer, so I know that they're holding. But of course I would drive slower, so in the event that I need to brake, I have enough space to brake safely, and I don't have to be making any sharp sudden stops. So they did send the items off. I actually got the message at 4:56. So when I looked at the time just now and I said it was 4:59, yeah, the message came in at 4:56 with a picture of the receipt that they got from the courier. So it should, what time is it? So it's probably going to get here tonight, but I'm not gonna pick it up tonight. I'll pick it up in the morning and then gonna put them on tomorrow. So my brake lights are gonna be gone tomorrow. Yay! My ABS lights are still gonna be on in the dashboard until I can find that ABS module. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna search for the ABS module, see if I can find it online. But I think I'm gonna be alright. I don't know how much an ABS module costs. Why this goddamn ABS model costs $1,000 US? Somebody needs to buy me a car. Literally $1,000 US. I'm not prepared for that. So we did find the part. I used one for $30-something, and we didn't purchase it right away, but we did find it. And I think we didn't purchase it right away because we were waiting on the seller to confirm that it was for my car. By the way, should have said this at the beginning, I drive a 2009 Hyundai Elantra, and apparently there are 2 different models of that car. Mine does not have a particular feature that affects the type of ABS model that I would purchase. Module, not model. So we had messaged the seller to ensure that it was compatible with my car specifically. Fast forward to pull up my calendar. Fast forward to the 15th. So I did purchase the disc pads and I got them. I picked picked them up on the 14th. However, the disc pads that are on the car are still, they're halfway worn, so I was still, my brakes were still holding. We were still responding, so we were waiting on the module to arrive so we could just install the disc pads and the module at the same time. And also there's a possibility that the car would have to be recoded once the new module was installed. And the dealership is all the way in Kingston. You're hearing those birds outside, I'm sorry. They're saying good morning. Yeah, so I picked up the disc pads on the 14th. I purchased them from a company out of town. They sent them down via courier and I picked them up on Tuesday. Wednesday I went to work. I did a video. If you didn't see that one, you can go watch it. So then around 2 o'clock on Wednesday, as I was approaching a stoplight, so this particular stoplight does not have a full filter lane. However, if I position myself properly, it allows for anybody behind me that's going left to filter. So I applied my brakes. The light was on red from before. However, the two cars in front of me went left, so I was the only one left at the front of the line. I applied my brakes and I was paying attention to my rear view mirror to see if I had left enough space or if I was positioned properly enough for the person behind me to go left, because they were indicating that they were going left. So I realized my foot feel. I didn't realize at that point that the brake, how long the car took to stop, because I was paying attention to the person behind me. But then I realized that my foot just felt weird, and I was like to myself, I said, I don't remember moving my seat. I didn't wash the car recently, so there was no reason for the seat to be moved. So I looked down and I realized that the pedal was almost all the way down to the board, and that's not typical. So when that light changed, I proceeded with caution. At the next light, I was the person at the front. There was nobody in front of me, so I was able to stop the car. Then 2 lights at that stoplight, I texted my boyfriend, and then 2 stoplights over, he hadn't heard the message, so I called him. The stoplights aren't far away. I pulled off after the 3rd stoplight and I called him and I told him what I was experiencing, and there was a gas station close by, so I had just pulled off on the side of the road. Once I told him what was going on, I just took my time and went up to the gas station on the side of the road, and I parked and I waited for him. So when he came and he opened the bonnet and looked, he realized that the brake fluid was leaking. Yep. So this, once we saw this, as I said before, the car wasn't showing up any codes. So when we scanned the car, we weren't getting any codes. Brakes were working up until the point where the brake fluid leaked out. So we have surmised that the brake fluid has been leaking out. Now, remember when I went to the mechanic, he had bled the brakes and put new brake fluid in there. So that was like a week before it leaked. It took a week to leak below the minimum line, which is on Wednesday, when the brakes almost completely failed me. So we surmised that the brake fluid was leaking and some moisture got into the module. Back to the 15th. So my boyfriend's mechanic was close by to there, so he came to me. Well, yeah, I just said he came and checked, right? So he drove the car around there and parked it, and then so the car is still there now. So the car is going to be there until we get that ABS module and can install it, and of course find out where the leak is coming from and try to fix that. And then we're gonna have to go take the car to go get it coded for the new part so that the ABS light will come out of the dashboard. So it's been an interesting 2 weeks, but I'm grateful because had this not happened in the week, it probably would have happened this morning when I was on the highway. And the highway has quite a number of hills. The highway is why I know how ABS works, or I know how the car feels once the ABS is engaged. So you understand. So I'm grateful that I'm here, grateful that it happened in the week, grateful that it happened when I was on flat road surface, grateful that all the times that I needed to brake, nobody was in front of me. Just grateful, eternally grateful. So that was 2 weeks for you in this one vlog, and it was quite 2 weeks. Actually, on the 10th I did end up crying a lot, but on the 15th, when it was really obviously serious, I didn't cry whatsoever. I was just thankful because it could have been so much worse. So, and it's funny that that's the same day that I did the video about gratitude. And yep, so if you made it all the way to the end of this video, big up yourself. Remember to subscribe if you haven't done that already, and hit the notification bell so that you know when my next video comes out. Thanks, and see you around. Bye.